How you going, guys? Mitch here. Welcome to another episode of our Hyundai XL race car build. Today we're going to be working on the car, replacing a door handle, doing a few things to the engine and just getting rid of that rusty crusty stuff so we can really move on with the next part of our build. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, go ahead and hit that button now. Make sure you like this video, leave a comment because I love hearing from you guys and really enjoying having you along on this journey. So let's get to it. Okay, the first thing we're going to be working on today, guys, is replacing this driver's side door handle. Now, when I got the car, the door handle was working all right, but the tabs just around these two nuts around there, it actually cracked. And I went to open the door one day and the handle literally just fell off. So I contacted the guys down at Panel House and got one of these. They shipped it up to me real quick. It was to me within 3 or 4 days. They're the same guys that sent me the window regulator for the passenger side door. It's brilliant because it's literally just a direct replacement fit for the car, and comes with all your gaskets and stuff around the door handle, and plug it in, do up the bolts, and away we go. We will have to do a little bit to the door itself to get it in, because when these where these nuts and the bolts go in, when they broke off, the actual captive nut inside there came out and it's now stuck on the bolt and I can't get it off. So I'm just going to have to get in there and just cut it off and get it ready to put this new door handle in. Second thing we'll be doing today is replacing these caps on where the heater hoses go from the engine into the car. I have already capped them off, but I wasn't very happy with the caps that I got. They were just a little one from Super Cheap Auto. They weren't very big. And this one has more surface area where the heater hoses come out of the engine and more for the hose clamp to clamp down onto. So I will replace those with these ones here. These are nice silicone ones, which will make a nice tight fit. And we'll get these ones on the car. The last thing we'll be doing today is replacing the windscreen wipers. Now, you may think that's a bit of a trivial thing, but if you have a look at our windscreen wipers we currently have on there, I like to call them the pair of Rusty and Crusty, because they are absolutely had it. If you have a look here, the wiper itself is just very old. I have no idea when they were replaced last. Even though we probably don't need windscreen wipers where I live up here in Townsville, unless I'm racing in the wet season, I'd much rather do it, because I do have a son who likes to come around and play and hang out around the car. And I'd much rather have some nice clean windscreen wipers on there, instead of these rusty ones where if he scratches himself I will have to take him to the hospital for a tetanus shot. So those are the three things we'll be doing today. We'll start with the door handle, move on to capping off the pipes for the water hoses, and get onto the wiper blades. Now, it shouldn't take too long. Hopefully the door handle's nice and quick, because I know these other two things will be very quick as well. We'll get started on this and we'll see where it takes us. So at the moment, the only way for me to actually get into my car is if I come down here, and you'll see there's a little bit of wire sticking in just there. And the only way for me to get in right now is to put my hand in, grab that wire, push down, and out comes the car. You'll see what I mean by the nut that's stuck in there. If you can possibly get in there and see it. Just that one's in there. It's actually bolted onto this part right here, and it's actually bent in the part of the door. So what I'm going to have to do is somehow cut that off, and I'm thinking I've got some cutting discs for the Dremel. I might just try and get in there and just cut it off through that. And I do have a box full of bolts here that we might be able to work with and get the next one on there. This one here, same kind of thing, but the bolt was absolutely shagged, so I just toss that one out. We'll get a new bolt and we'll stick it in and get this new door handle on, so I don't have to keep reaching in to that wire to get it all taken care of. Alright, so I've rigged up a little piece of string here that's pulled the actual nut away from the car door, so I can get the Dremel in there to cut it off. You may wonder why I've chosen pink. Well, simplest thing. It was the cheapest thing at Bunnings, and it's easy to see. So I'll now that I've got that nice and well and pulled away from the door, I can now go in with my Dremel and just try and get in there and just cut it off in there nice and slowly, so I don't do any damage to the actual car, and then we can just put the new door handle in and start using that. Okay, so that was a lot easier than I actually thought. The nut's now gone, the bolt's now gone, and we're left with our little space where we can put our new door handle straight in. So we'll see how easy this is. I've just got to find 2 new bolts that go from the back side in this way, and get those in, and it should not be an issue whatsoever. Alright guys, so what I actually did when I was pulling this car apart and all the interior is I thought, oh, do I throw all the nuts and bolts out, or do I just hold on to them just in the off chance that I might need some of the bolts? And if you have a look here, I have kept most of them, including a few other things I've just found lying around the house. So I'm hoping somewhere in this collection there'll be some bolts that will fit our new door handles, and we can just bolt them straight in, and I won't have to run around trying to find some bolts that fit. So I'll have a bit of a dig and see what we can find. Okay, so I've got some bolts that I think will work, and now it's just a point of getting this into that hole right there. So what we have to do is just get this wire, the tip of the wire just there, get it into this hole right there first. Hopefully it'll just go straight on, and you just got to clip it on like so. Clip it there, push it, there we go. Clip it's now pushed on, and then you kind of got to leave it in like so, so it sits in there, and then we have to line up the hole for the key, for the key barrel, which may be a little bit more difficult than we first thought. Let's pull it out and just have a quick look. Just jump around the other side of the door, see if we can't get there. We go. All right, that's in. See, with the lock on the back, the barrel, you kind of got to push it in, and the key slot will be on an angle, and then you just turn it, give it a bit of a twist so it's upright. So that's in there now. So works. So now it's just a matter of putting the bolts in at the back, tightening it down, and we've got our new door handle in there covering up that little hole, which makes this thing hole tight. So hopefully it all works. We'll have a look. So before I put the bolts in at the back and got it all tidied down, I thought I'd see if it actually works, just with it sitting there, and straight out. Close it up, straight out. That is wonderful. So I'll bolt that down, then we can get onto the front of the stuff. The stuff at the front, and yeah, keep this little these little jobs rolling on. Okay, so that actually turned out quite nicely. That door handle's nice and strong and sturdy. If it breaks, at least you know how to change one, and I now know how to change one very easily, which is awesome. So now we move on to these silicone caps that go over the feeds to the what was the heater. All right, so you can see down here the holes in the firewall, which I just need to cover up. 2 of those were for the lines to the water, to the heater, the water lines. So if you look down here, I've got one of them capped off right there. The other one's down here. I'm going to be replacing them with these blue caps, okay, which are much better, a bit longer than those ones just there, and will do a much better job. So I'll get those ones off and put these blue ones on and get that little job ticked off the bucket, or ticked off the list. Okay, that took all of about 3 minutes to do. So you can see them both now plugged up nicely, so no water will escape, or no coolant will escape down the out of the engine when it's cooling it down. So that's another job ticked off the list, and the next one is just our wiper blades. So we'll get onto that now. Now I'm pretty sure the wiper blades that have actually gone on this car are a little bit bigger than what should be on there, because on the other side they block the bonnet going up when you need to. I was in at Repco the other day, they had a sale on. These ones here I picked up for $4.50 a piece. So I thought, that's cheap, I'll grab them and we'll stick them on and start making it look half decent on the front end. And that is all done. No rust, just a bit of surface rust down there. But other than that, it is looking much better. Much better. Okay, so no rusty parts at the front. Kind of blends in with the windscreen there. You can barely tell it's there, and now it is starting to come together. So the next video we're going to do will be putting some bonnet pins on our bonnet, which I picked up the other day. So they'll be going on next video. So we will leave it there, guys. Thank you very much for coming and checking out this video. I know it wasn't much. It was just a few little things that we needed to get done on the car before we move forward. I like to just get the small stuff done, and then we can move on to the other stuff, so the small stuff doesn't get left behind. And it's crucial you do the small stuff, so when you get to the track and you go racing, no issues occur. Okay, so we got that small stuff done now. Next video, bonnet pins will be going in. Hopefully soon we'll be getting our seat. I'm really excited to show you that because it's a pretty special seat. It's costing me a fortune. So we will get to that soon. But thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, give it a like, leave a comment if you haven't done already, and I'll see you next time. Thanks guys. Cheers.